Welcome to Mastering Machines, where we discover tomorrow's reality.
Hey everyone, welcome to Mastering Machines, where we discover tomorrow's reality. While I was reading one of my favorite sports blogs, The Ringer, I came across this article here that talks about how the front offices for a lot of NBA teams are using AI and machine learning in their decision-making process when it comes to prospects and players. Let's look further into it. The NBA has gone full sci-fi and nobody's really talking about it. Teams are now using artificial intelligence to evaluate their draft prospects, analyze player injuries before they happen, and even create robot teammates for practice. I'm not making any of this up. There are literally there are robots named Kit and BEBE. Teams are paying serious money for these robots and kind of AIs that are assisting the players. And they can tell them whether a 19-year-old kid from Kentucky will be the next LeBron James or the next bust based off of different data points. So let's dive into this a little bit more and how artificial intelligence is going to completely change basketball and why this might be the next and most important revolution next to the three-point line and data analytics in basketball. A data scientist in Australia who doesn't even follow basketball just created an AI model that can predict NBA success by analyzing player interviews. Sean Farrell fed his machine learning system nearly 26,000 interview transcripts from 1,500 college players, and the results are honestly pretty mind-blowing. The AI got it right about 63% of the time with just interview data. So that means no stats, no height, or no college performance based off of these. They just look purely at the interviews. When they added things like height and stats, the accuracy of the AI model jumped to 87%. And that's better than most NBA scouts that are out there that have been even doing it for decades. So this leads into a pretty interesting question. What kind of language makes for NBA success? Players who use words like realize, believe, and understand were more likely to make it. Guys who gave long, complex answers, they actually performed worse. The AI basically discovered that boring cliche responses like we take it one game at a time might actually indicate mental toughness and focus. So let's think about that. All those years we've been making fun of athletes for giving generic answers and standard responses to sideline reporters, but this might be a measure of success of an NBA talent. The AI predicted successful careers for Kawhi Leonard and Draymond Green, but missed on Jimmy Butler. It's not perfect, but it's weirdly accurate. But here's the kicker. Teams are already using this stuff. Daryl Morey, the president of the Philadelphia 76ers, casually dropped at a conference that they consult AI models for every major decision. He said that they treat AI almost as one scout, just another voice in the room, except this voice has processed millions of data points and doesn't get tired or biased. The Orlando Magic have been using AI platforms that can track player movements from broadcast footage. Instead of needing expensive sensors in every arena, they can analyze college games just by watching TV broadcasts. Their assistant GM says their draft predictions have become way more accurate because of this. So here's a practical example. In the old days, if a scout wanted to study how a prospect handles pick and roll situations, they'd have to watch hours of game film to find those specific plays with pick and rolls. Now an AI can instantly create a compilation of every pick and roll that player ran. What used to take days now takes minutes. Mark Cuban, the former Mavericks owner, told reporters they can use AI to create instant video breakdowns for players to study between quarters. And that means no waiting for the video room. The AI just automatically cuts together relevant clips based on what happened in the game. And let's not forget the robots. At the NBA All-Star Technology Summit, Commissioner Adam Silver literally shared the stage with physical AI robots. There was this surreal video of robots passing basketballs to Steph Curry and encouraging Draymond Green in the weight room. Steve Kerr even yelled, "Get the fuck out of here," at robots on the practice court. The whole thing was so confusing that reporters had to ask if the Warriors actually used these robots. They didn't. It was just a concept video. But that's how fast this tech is moving. Today's weird concept video becomes tomorrow's standard practice. One robot called BEBE, BEBE, is designed to create personalized recovery programs for players. Another company called Springbrook Analytics uses AI to create 3D renderings of medical scans, spotting physical imbalances before they become injuries. They can detect if one hamstring is working harder than the other, stuff that's invisible to the naked eye of a doctor or a team trainer. But there is a dark side to this. This is where it gets ethically murky. What happens when AI predicts a player will get injured and the team trades them before it actually happens? What if a general manager cuts a rookie because an algorithm says that they'll tear their ACL in 2 years? There's also the groupthink problem. When Daryl Morey first brought analytics to basketball, he had a competitive advantage because nobody else was doing it. Now every team has analytics departments crunching the same numbers and using similar AI tools. Everyone's chasing the same insights, which might actually make the league more predictable and more boring. Teams are already criticized for all playing the same style, hunting three-pointers and free throws. What happens when AI makes every team even more similar as far as playing style? When every front office is making decisions based on the same machine learning models? And here's a scary thought. What if AI starts making mistakes when it comes to all these different decisions? We've all heard about AI hallucinations where systems just make stuff up. What happens when an AI hallucinates that a prospect is injury prone and costs them millions of dollars? The NBA's Player Association is already worried about data protection and player safety, which tells you how real this has become. We're probably not far from teams trying to predict exactly what injuries draft prospects will have in the pros or using AI to optimize every aspect of player development. Sean Farrell, the guy who started this whole interview analysis thing, says injury prediction through language patterns could be next. Insurance companies are already interested in his research. Imagine if your team's AI could predict not just who will succeed, but exactly when they'll get hurt and how much it will cost. Mark Cuban summed it up perfectly. AI will uncover things we haven't yet considered. The question is whether we're ready for those discoveries. So the next time you watch the NBA draft and wonder why teams passed on the obvious superstar, remember, they might not be wrong. They might be listening to a different kind of scout, one that never sleeps, never gets emotional, and processes information faster than any human ever could. The future of basketball isn't just about finding the next LeBron James. It's about building the perfect algorithm to find them first. This has been Mastering Machines, where we discover tomorrow's reality.